My name is Pat Johnson. I served in the Philippine Islands, 1961 to 63, the first group to go there. And I was located in a little town, Milaor, near Naga City in Camarines Sur in the Bicol region of the Philippines. And our work was to assist teachers, not replace them, but assist them in the teaching of elementary school science and English. And it was challenging but fun.
Elizabeth Fitzgerald Howard, Philippines, 1961 to 63, at Dumaguete City.
I'm Charlotte Hufstowczyk, and I was in the Philippines 1961 to 1963, and I was assigned to Sorsogon, the province of Sorsogon, and I was in Bulusan, and then in a very small village of Tugdome, right on the Pacific Ocean. And
hi, my name is Jim Newlove. I was a Peace Corps volunteer in the Philippines as a part of the Philippines 5. And I was stationed in the Philippines in 1962 through 1964. We were Philippines 5, and Philippines Group 5 and 6 went together. We trained in San Francisco and then flew on a DC-6 in those days all the way to Manila. We then stayed in Manila at the Philippines University for about 2 weeks to get acclimated, and then they sent us to our sites. I was sent to a small island in the central part of the Philippines called Panay, and I lived in a little bamboo house with 2 other volunteers. And we worked with the Philippine high school there in that town. The town was called San Jose Antique, was the province. It was probably one of the most tremendous experiences of my life to be in the Peace Corps for those 2 years. I do remember coaching the soccer team in the high school. I remember the first week that we started working with the high school teachers and students, that we got out their long lost microscopes that they had put away from World War II, I think it was, and never used them because they didn't know how. So we got out the microscopes and we taught them how to use the microscopes, and we did a lot of trekking around the Philippines to get and made slides. And I remember the students were just so excited about the use of those microscopes and the slides and so on. I remember being treated extremely well.
My name is Dave Lewis, and I was a Peace Corps volunteer in the Philippines, 1962 to 64. I was with the Community Development Project in northern Mindanao on the coastal road between Cagayan de Oro and Iligan. I come from an undergraduate training in engineering, and I thought the community development was a process of building bridges and building schools and things like that. And so I tended to look at the task as one of using engineering to solve problems. The greatest thing I got out of the Peace Corps was that the problems weren't necessarily technical. They had to do with the way people lived, and that if technical skills were to be useful, you had to understand why people did things the way they did. And I think this has served me very well since I left. Came back, went on to further study, and then eventually became a faculty member at Cornell, and for about 35 years taught in the field of international development. Had many returned Peace Corps volunteers as students, and being able to explain how what we take to our Peace Corps assignment is useful in the context of what we learn there, I think has been probably the greatest contribution that I've been able to make to my students. So enjoyed it, and I would encourage folks to think seriously about joining the Peace Corps.
Okay. I'm Sarah McMeans in Peace Corps. My name was Sally Wilkinson. I served in the Philippines in a small town on the west coast of Cebu called Moal Boal. I was there from 1962 to 1964.
I'm Richard Johnson. I live in Tucson, Arizona. I was in the Philippine Islands, Negros Oriental, Canlaon City, years 62 to 64. I came down with hepatitis the second year that I was there and had to go to Clark Air Force Base, which doesn't exist anymore, and spent 2 months in bed. And they force-fed me until I recovered. Couldn't drink any San Miguel beer for about 2 years, so I missed my San Miguel beer very much, but I recovered fully.
Stan Garnett, and I live here in Northern Virginia, and I served in the Philippines, Group 9, 1962 to 64, and I was stationed in Mountain Province in Northern Luzon. Okay. Oh, I think my fondest memory is all the friendships I made with the teachers that I taught with there in the Philippines.
Thank you.